In today's lecture, you will be able to understand what are the values which characterize an organization's culture. Even though culture may not be immediately observable, identifying a set of values that might be used to describe an organization's culture helps us identify, measure, and manage culture more effectively. For this purpose, several researchers have proposed various culture typologies. In the previous lecture, few of the important ones have already been discussed. Now, one typology that has received a lot of research attention is the Organizational Culture Profile, or the OCP. In OCP, culture is represented by 7 distinct values. As you can see in this figure, these 7 distinct values are innovative, aggressive, outcome-oriented, stable, people-oriented, team-oriented, and detail-oriented. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss 3 of these values, which are innovative, aggressive, and outcome-oriented. And in the next lecture, I'll be taking rest of the 4 values. Now, as you can see in this figure, this shows a profile comparison approach to assessing person and organization fit. Coming to the first one, that is innovative cultures. According to the OCP framework, companies that have innovative cultures are flexible and adaptable and experiment with new ideas. These companies are characterized by a flat hierarchy in which titles and other status distinctions tend to be downplayed. For example, W.L. Gore and Associates is a company with innovative products such as Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex is the breathable fabric that is windproof and waterproof. Other products include Glide dental floss and Elixir guitar strings. These products earned the company the distinction of being elected as the most innovative company in the USA by Fast Company magazine in 2004. W.L. Gore consistently manages to innovate and capture the majority of market share in a wide variety of industries, in large part due to its unique culture. In this company, employees do not have bosses in the traditional sense, and risk-taking is encouraged by celebrating failures as well as successes. Companies such as W.L. Gore, Genentech, and Google also encourage their employees to take risks by allowing engineers to devote 20% of their time to projects of their own choosing. So this is the innovative culture. Coming to the aggressive cultures. Companies with aggressive cultures value competitiveness and outperforming competitors. By emphasizing this, they may fall short in the area of corporate social responsibility. For example, Microsoft Corporation is often identified as a company with an aggressive culture. The company has faced a number of antitrust lawsuits and disputes with competitors over the years. In aggressive companies, people may use language such as, "We will kill our competition." In the past, Microsoft executives often made statements such as, "We are going to cut off Netscape's air supply. Everything they are selling, we are going to give away." Its aggressive culture is cited as a reason for getting into new legal troubles before old ones are resolved. Recently, Microsoft founder Bill Gates established the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and is planning to devote his time to reducing poverty around the globe. Now, it will be interesting to see whether he will bring the same competitive approach to the world of philanthropy. Next is outcome oriented cultures. The OCP framework describes outcome oriented cultures as those that emphasize achievement, results, and action as important values. A good example of an outcome oriented culture may be Best Buy Company. Having a culture emphasizing sales performance, Best Buy tallies revenues and other relevant figures daily by department. Employees are trained and mentored to sell company products effectively, and they learn how much money their department made every day. In 2005, the company implemented a results-oriented work environment, ROWE in short. This program that allows employees to work anywhere and anytime. They are evaluated based on results and fulfillment of clearly outlined objectives. Now, outcome-oriented cultures hold employees as well as managers accountable for success and utilize systems that reward employee and group output. In these companies, it is more common to see rewards tied to performance indicators as opposed to seniority or loyalty. Research indicates that organizations that have a performance-oriented culture tend to outperform companies that are lacking such a culture. Now, at the same time, some outcome-oriented companies may have such a high drive for outcomes and measurable performance objectives that they may suffer negative consequences. Companies over-rewarding employee performance, such as Enron Corporation and WorldCom, experienced well-publicized business and ethical failures. When performance pressures lead to a culture where unethical behaviors become the norm, individuals see their peers as rivals and short-term results are rewarded. The resulting unhealthy work environment then serves as a liability. So in today's lecture, I hope you have understood the three types of values involved in the organization culture profile, which are innovative, aggressive, and outcome oriented. In the next lecture, I'm going to take up the rest of the four values, which are stable, people oriented, team oriented, and detail oriented values. Thank you.